Hi, I'm Sarah Sabin, Transformational Leadership Coach, and in today's video, I am talking a little bit about some facts and figures around emotional intelligence. So I've recently finished Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by Dr. Travis Bradbury of consultancy firm TalentSmart. And it has some really interesting findings that I just wanted to summarize a few of. So one, although emotional intelligence skills are rising in general, they tend to decrease during times of high stress. So, for example, in 2008 with the recession, although emotional intelligence in general was rising amongst the American populace, during 2008 it took a nosedive again. And that's because it is quite simply much harder to be emotionally intelligent, so to self-manage and manage others when you are stressed out, which is completely understandable. And it's when you really need it that your emotional intelligence skills can desert you, are most likely to desert you, unless you are naturally very gifted at emotional intelligence. So just be aware during periods of high stress and anxiety. Have that awareness around whether you are losing more of your ability to self-manage and relationship manage. With regards to emotional intelligence and gender, it seems that men are actually catching up with women, which is great news actually. And the reason it is great news is because, quite simply, being emotionally intelligent allows you to make better decisions. So 70% of decision makers that regularly took really rational, right decisions were high in emotional intelligence. And that's because when you're aware of your emotions, you can choose to not let them hijack you. So if fear crops up, you can choose to not make a decision out of fear or survival mode, because you are aware of the negative impact that it has upon you and your decision making. And the other interesting thing was the difference in emotional intelligence according to age. So as the baby boomers who currently occupy most top leadership positions retire over the coming years, there is a leadership gap that needs to be filled. And when TalentSmart did research, they looked at Generation Y, who are 18 to 30-year-olds, versus baby boomers, who were 50 to 63-year-olds. And what they found was there was a huge difference in self-management, the second quadrant of emotional intelligence, between the two generations. So baby boomers were much higher in self-management. Now, that is actually because we are better able to self-manage as we age, because we get more experience in managing our emotions in various situations and with various people. I certainly know that how I handled other people in my 20s is completely different now. So basically, if the younger generation are aware of that, it's a really golden opportunity, because Generation Y have a tremendous willingness to learn and to absorb information. And with some conscious practice, you can really work on your self-management skills now, so that when it comes time for you to step into a leadership position in your late 20s, early 30s, whenever it is, you are more than ready to take the helm, because you have really worked hard on developing those self-management skills. And if you can learn to resist speaking when it's not going to be productive, and if you can keep the channels of communication open even when you're upset and you don't feel like it, then you have this really golden opportunity to create all of the changes that you as a generation want to bring about in the world, whether that's in leadership, in business, climate change, environmental, etc. I hope you enjoyed listening to this video on my emotional intelligence insights. Please do feel free to comment below.